we get one more chance to visit in the Semaj MindSpa. Remember the spa concept where you remove toxins and then you provide energizing, uplifting, invigorating. Started the day very good today. My usual meditation, coffee, but I drove to the gym today because it was raining. But there's a beautiful indoor track, and I did a nice brisk 6K. So I'm fully energized and ready to work with what the day offers me. I want to talk to you briefly about, again, probably the existential threat that exists to life today, vaccine hesitancy, and what we can do. I've decided to brand what I do, call it Semvax. What's Semvax? It's a psychosocial process by which you can understand and influence vaccine hesitancy. And we are approaching some critical juncture in the US, in Jamaica, because we have to get this right. Because if we don't, we're putting the entire nation at risk. Now, we're seeing some broad reactions, but we have to find a way to. So I want to share my screen and share some slides with you in terms of how the process works as I see it, because without we get it right, we're going to have some problems. Now, let's take a look at this here. What the psychosocial process says that, look, you cannot change an objector. The objector is in the red on that side. That person is a hard position based on what they know. You can influence the hesitance and the resistor towards acceptance. But first, then, you really have to find a way to get the objector to. But you can't get the objector to the hesitancy. They have to do so on their own. They have to do so based on the information that they have. All right? Now, if you ask the question, what could anyone say to change your position? What could anyone say? Let's say you object to vaccine. You are a hardcore person that, listen, you're not into this vaccine thing at all. What could anyone say that could change your point of view? I have come to the clear understanding and realization, one word: absolutely nothing. There's nothing that anyone can say to somebody who is an objector against it. People decide if and when they change their position based on all the information that they process. So what you can do is provide them with information in a non-threatening manner. That's why I suggest we provide them with the range of cognitive biases that shape their thinking, so they can see the variety of options that exist and realize that, but your option is only but one. There are many others. And that's what now would induce the cognitive dissonance that provide the different positions. And on their own, we can find a situation where the objector could quietly on their own now move to the perspective of hesitancy. And then with time, they will move themselves over to acceptance. Provide them with all the information that's available, especially as we outline it in providing them that information with what are the options that exist, what are the various biases that are influencing people's thoughts, and let them see the options, see the biases, so they understand that their bias is but one. And they will start to consider some of the other biases. Yes, you are strong in the conspiracy theories, but look at the hesitancy, the fear of needle, the omission bias, the causality bias. And with time, on their own, that individual will start to make other choices because cognitive dissonance will kick in. I want to put something else out there now, a plan B. Let's say things are proceeding very slowly. This may sound, I'd love to get some feedback on this. It's plan B. Plan B is called if a dirt, a dirt. You know the Jamaican expression? You start by decentralizing the vaccine availability. Make sure it's available to anywhere. Anybody who wish to get a vaccine, they should be able to get it. So that make sure the doctors, the pharmacies, the health centers have it wherever. Next step, constantly remind all those who wish to hear, mask, sanitize, social distance. That is still the basic cornerstone. And then guess what? Fly the gate. Remove all restrictions. But you increase daily testing. Let people now figure it out on their own and prepare for the consequences. Because if information will not convince people to change, direct experience will. Provide direct experience. Yes, I believe that business places will also make what their options are, what they desire their workforce to do. Companies, make sure you decide what you desire for people to work with you, but then let the consequences fall away. Is this too harsh? Is this too harsh? Well, I'd love to hear some feedback, because it may come down to this, that we fly the gate and if a dirt, a dirt. Because, you know, there's a position that if you can't hear, you'll feel. And there's also the issue of natural selection, survival of the fittest. Those who are most responsive to change in the rational manner will survive. So I want to thank you one more time for sharing some time with me in terms of the MindSpa. And let me hear what you think. Let me hear what you think. What could somebody say to convince you to think otherwise about the vaccine? My understanding is absolutely nothing. Provide you with all the information that's available, and on your own, you will make decisions, and you will make the right decision, because reality will kick in. The alternative, if we get to that point where we just fly the gate and let the consequences fall where they will, the survival of the fittest. Till we meet again, have a wonderful, productive day.